Hi guys, today is Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, January 5th. I'm Michelle Page. Thanks so much for joining me this morning, jumping on here live. I know I already apologized, but I'll apologize again. I really had intended to get on here yesterday to make a quick little video for you to show you a little exercise about being uncomfortable. And I didn't get to it. So here I am today. I wanted to have actually a topic that I want to talk about also, and it's about jumping, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm glad you're here, able to watch the video. So whether you're joining me live or you're watching this on a replay, thank you so much. And of course, as always, invite your friends, people you know, your colleagues to join our community here on Efficient and Focused Mompreneurs. Let's grow together, support each other. I love the vibration and the energy level of having people contributing their thoughts, lessons that they've learned, things that they need some work on and support with. You know, let's work together as moms. We all have our own issues and a lot of similar issues. Most of us are struggling with balance and, you know, learning how to be a mompreneur and run our business as well as being a mom to our family. And sometimes we don't always have the support we need or want from our spouses. So anyways, that's my invitation as always. Invite your friends. Let's keep growing our community. But I want to talk to you a little bit about this exercise about being uncomfortable. We all know that, you know, we need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and growth happens outside of our zone of comfort. And one of my phrases that I have going into this particular year is, you know, we have seeds of greatness in us. I'm not going to settle for just mediocrity and the status quo. I'm going to nurture and come into my own so that I can achieve the greatness for which I was created. So that's my theme, which is wonderful because it's a wonderful feeling, sounding, inspiring words and emotions, but it also means that I need to change. I need to get a little uncomfortable. And we hear this over and over again from people, you know, and other business owners. You just need to keep going for it. You need to get uncomfortable. Yes, it's hard. If you want something different, you need to do something different. But what does that really mean? And it means to me, it's best exemplified from this particular exercise. And I learned it long time ago. I think I was still in pharmacy school at the time. Yes, I was still in pharmacy school. I was at a meeting for pharmacists, and we had a leadership speaker, and he opened up the presentation with this particular exercise, and the theme was, you know, changing your paradigm and getting uncomfortable with this shift in paradigm. If some of you are old enough, you'll remember that phrase about that paradigm shift. It was big buzzwords at that time. But the easiest way to describe it is a simple exercise that you can do. And what I'd like you to do, and you know, you can do the sitting or standing, there's different variations, but I like the version where you actually throw your hands up. So I'm actually going to scoot out here. Hopefully you can still see me. You're going to open up your hands as wide as you can. And then you're very quickly going to clasp your hands together. So 1, 2, 3. When you look at your hands, which thumb is on top? Make a note of it. How does that feel to you? Feels pretty comfortable because that's what you normally do without thinking of it. This is how your hands got clasped. Now I want you to do it again, but I want you to think about putting the other thumb on top. So again, hands wide open like this. On the count of 3, you're going to clasp your hands together, but you need to think a little bit and put the other thumb on top. So ready? 1, 2, 3. That was a little bit harder, right? And when your hands are clasped together, so I have my other thumb on top here, it feels weird, but keep your hands that way. Just keep your hands that way for now. And my hands are not perfectly aligned. I'll show you that. My fingers are not quite alternating like they would be. It's a little odd the way I've clasped my hands, but that's okay. Just keep your hands holding this way. And it feels really weird, and it feels really uncomfortable. But if you keep your hands this way, as I keep talking and you keep listening, you'll start noticing that, okay, it's maybe after, you know, a few minutes, it's not quite as uncomfortable. Feels a little weird, but it's not quite as uncomfortable. And it took some effort to make this difference, this change, this shift. And you'll notice if you keep holding your hands this way, you know, it'll start feeling more comfortable, a little bit more natural. And it could be something that, you know, you just get used to and you don't even realize that your hands are not clasped in the way that you normally would do things. So that's what people mean when they say you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you sit in that uncomfortable zone for a while, it starts feeling a little bit more comfortable. And you get used to that. And it takes a little effort to get there. You need to think, you need to work hard. You need to make some, conscious decisions to make that little shift happen. But after a while, keeping your fingers and your thumbs in that way that doesn't come naturally to you, it becomes a very subconscious thing. You just kind of stay in that position and you're not even aware that it's uncomfortable. And we need to think of our lives and our businesses that way also. So when we want to expand and we want to grow and we want something to change, we need to maybe make small changes. It doesn't have to be anything grandiose, but make small little shifts and changes so that you get a little uncomfortable and you'd rather retreat, but it's not that bad being this uncomfortableness. You can sit on it for a little while, and it's okay. So try that exercise. Let me know how it goes. Like I said, there's different variations on it, but I like that one the best because it forces you to put energy into literally swinging your arms together to clasp your hands. And it doesn't allow you to consciously think the first time. You just do it, which is what, we're programmed to do. We just do things naturally. It's our zone of comfort. So try that. Let me know how it goes. Leave some comments below. Let me know have you ever done this exercise, or if you have done it, or are doing it for the first time. Let me know. How does it feel? Did something kind of shift in you, like a revelation, that you're now able to move forward and move through things a little bit differently, and maybe you'll do something a little bit different in your life, in your business because of that. The other thing that I want to talk to you about was just this word jump. I was actually watching a rerun the other night of, I think it was an SNL? No, Jimmy Fallon show. We don't have cable TV, we just have Netflix, so I was watching this old show and he had Steve Harvey on there, and I guess Steve Harvey now has a book that's called Jump. And I really liked that word. I'm not really one into like having themes of words and stuff like that, but I liked it because, people, if you jump blindly off a cliff, not a good idea. But if you kind of get to the edge of a cliff and you kind of look around and say, oh, it's not that far down, it's only just, maybe it's a foot. So it's kind of a little distance. And if you're like me, you have a fear of heights. So that's a pretty big height to be jumping off of. Or maybe you're just leaping over a small little, a hole or whatever. But you make a calculated risk. Should I jump or should I not jump? And you just do it. But you know what the risks are. So if it's something that you're not completely comfortable doing, then you won't do it because of that fear that comes up, and you won't jump. But what can you do to jump that you won't fall down a huge cliff that's like, 20 stories high? Well, you can maybe not jump from such a high level. Maybe there's a lower ledge that you can jump off of, or maybe you can actually put things in the hole so that the bottom part of it gets raised up a little bit so that you don't jump as far down. You see how this works? So you're making the changes and the shifts, and yeah, you know what? It's going to take a little bit of work to maybe come down off that cliff a little bit to a lower level, and you may not like it, but sometimes that's what you need to do in order to jump off the cliff. Or maybe you need to do the work to fill up the hole so that it's not quite as deep, so that when you jump down, you don't have to jump as far. So you can kind of see the theme here of being uncomfortable, putting in the effort, putting in the work, but yet when you jump, it's a calculated risk. You know what you're jumping off of. And sometimes you can't just jump halfway. That's not jumping. That would be stepping. When you jump, you need to put the energy into it. You need to put the focus. You need to really think about what you're doing and just take a leap of faith. You know, hopefully you're noticing some themes here whenever I come on here. There's this faith and this belief that, you know, you're going to be okay. It's a little uncomfortable. It's a little scary. But sometimes we just need to jump. And for me, that's kind of my word for this year and for right now is just jump. I have a lot of things that I'm working on and working through. A lot of the subconscious reprogramming I'm talking to you about in a lot of my posts is all about, you know, this foundation, this belief system, this faith we have in ourselves and getting uncomfortable and being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So let me know, are you ready to jump off a cliff? Or are you just ready to jump? Have you jumped already? And what does that feel like? Or what are you doing so that when you jump, you don't make this, you know, 20-story high jump and then it's a little bit more comfortable, but it's going to take a little work to get there. Love to hear from you. Give me some thumbs up or some hearts if you found this information helpful and valuable, if you've ever used it, or if you're going to try using it and kind of see how things shift for you, your energy level or your thought process or anything. I love to hear back from you guys and get your thoughts on all of this. So that's it for today. I will see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.